Hello, hello. Welcome back for another great evening of Dungeons and Dragons under Fractured Sky. The your number 9 least favorite Dungeons and Dragons stream. No, I'm sure we rank higher than that. Anyway, um, so I'm your dungeon master. I am Lady D, she, her, hers, and I'm going to introduce the cast for those of you who are just tuning in. So let's start things off with Salix.
Hello, I'm Salix, he, him, and I play half Fringle Numples, the gnome cleric.
Okay, and Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan, pronounce he, him, and I play Jacques, the Komodo Dragon Lizard Folk Ranger.
Cheryl.
Hi, I'm Cheryl. They, them pronouns. I play Wayra Evenas,
Oh, you cut out.
I play Wayra Evenas, the half orc bard.
There we go. And Zool.
Hello, I'm Zool, he him pronouns, and I play Avne de Beauvau, the cockatiel Kenku paladin.
What was that?
I'm nervous, okay?
I was
Anxious
like,
noise
oh,
here.
like,
Pretty
whoa.
much.
Oh, that was weird. Anyway, Mega.
Hello, my name is Mega, he, him, his, and I play the character Nova Amberle, the sparking fire genasi wizard.
Very nice. All right, so let's get into it. So, when last we left our heroes, they had just gotten into an impromptu meeting slash argument with Balthor Bolton Blount and his assistants and members of his entourage, Islington Rising Star and Exander Whistlewind. Blount had started off with a reprimand for the group acting on their own, which promptly led to both Forrest and Wayra to leave in a huff and Avne to politely excuse themselves a few minutes later into the conversation. So we now pick things back up in the skybox at the arena in the city of Averhold, and yeah, let's jump right into it. Okay, so now that I assume everybody that's here right now is going to stay here right now. He looks to the remaining uh, 3 party members.
Yes,
Yes.
Jacques, Fringle, and Nova.
No stay for the
I'm not going anywhere.
Look, it's okay. I know. I come off as like controlling and like pretend that I'm the boss of everybody, and I'm not anymore. That's clearly you guys have been summoned by the gods. You've saved the citizens of a town. Some of you have even competed in the games here. Nobody in this room. Interesting. Well, oh wait, no, Jacques. Sorry,
Jacques is staring blankly at him like, gee, thanks.
I wasn't there for the archery. I heard you did okay though.
No answer.
Oh, okay. Um, but here's the thing, because you are no longer really under my jurisdiction, so to speak, anymore. You can't go around willy nilly and check things out because it's going to cause a panic. Somebody's going to notice. Somebody's going to know who you are. And not only that, it's a little below your pay grade now, seeing as you just been charged with finding a replacement for the God of War.
So we would be expected to do nothing.
Let me put it this way: if you guys let the cult and its associates lead you around by the nose, it plays right into their hands and distracts them from what their actual plans are. Fringle did the right thing by letting me know about it, and I was able to let security know about it, let the town guard know about it, and search the premises before you got here. There was nothing found. So please just try to trust that there are others working on this as well. maybe I should have been more specific when I messaged back Fringle, but we had it under control.
It would be nice to know that about at least a few things that are going on, not to be completely left in the dark. Otherwise, that causes some of us to wander around.
I will do my best to be more open with what we're doing, but like I said, a lot of what we do is a little below your pay grade now, so to speak, even though you're not getting paid.
Well, having a bit more money would certainly help in a few regards. I'm not saying pay us, but maybe a little. Uh, I don't know how to say this. I don't know the money terms for it.
Compensation?
I guess a little bit of that, so that we could perhaps get better gear in case something were to happen or we need to be sent out. So that someone like me could hunt a little easier. I've gotten pretty good at killing cultists. I could be better at it with better gear.
Okay, then. And he pulls out his pocket pouch that's, attached to his belt. And he rifles through with his leather gloved hands because he's always wearing leather gloves. And he pulls out. Let's see here. Hold on. I got to do some mental math. 60 platinum pieces, and he puts them in stacks of 10 for the 6 of you remaining in the party. I expect you to split this with the people who left. And he pushes it over towards Jack, the entire stacks.
All right. Well, he's gonna immediately hand the 10 each over to Fringle and Nova. That'll make sure the others get theirs.
Good. Anything else like strike you as strange about that fight with Castigon? Like, was there anything else that we should know about?
Well, when we went out to the street, there was no one there. And when that simulacrum, Nova, am I saying that right?
A simulacrum.
Yes, that thing. When it was turned to ash, suddenly we were in the public. And, no one could see Castigon. Aside from that, nothing I can think of.
He definitely probably had help. I don't think anyway that he is a spellcaster. Someone must have been nearby to help.
Blount leans on his hands and looks pensive for a moment. You're probably right. But this is...
And also, simulacrum is a very advanced form of magic.
It is. Meaning there's probably more to this particular segment of the cult than we thought. I'm going to have my agents look into this to see if we can root out any further members or get a little more info, because Castigon, for one, should not have survived the plunge into that river. And for two, should not be able to, one, enter people's dreams, two, create an illusion large enough to cover a whole hotel but be exclusive to just you guys, and three, come up with that simulacrum like you just mentioned. That's very advanced. That's not something that he's known to do. None of that.
Also, is it just me, or are there a lot of bad Kenku?
I mean, this... Okay. And this is when Islington looks like he just got shot in the heart.
Aww.
I didn't mean you, I swear. Nova's little hair antenna kind of droops.
Well, do be careful in the future for bringing that around. There's a number of Kenku in our employ with the Montrose Association or organization. I said rewind. I said organization, not association. Got us a time. I can do that. Anyway,
Etiquette.
Montrose Association. So you gotta be careful about making generalizations about other races. I know you've been mostly sheltered for most of your life, but do be a little more mindful, please.
Yes, sorry. I just noticed a pattern, and I mm. And he kind of like tentatively puts his index fingers.
I mean, you've known some other good Kenku aside from Islington here. Arkston Corveret, you know him, you met him. He's amongst the best of people, regardless of race. He is like the paragon of paladinic perfection, I've heard him called before.
That sounds poetic.
I know. I think there's a song written about him, and that's part of the song. I don't know. Blount pulls out a hip flask and takes a shot.
We could use more information about the people who are supposed to be fighting.
That's just
They,
it.
speci-
Oh, go
they
ahead.
specifically targeted us one way or another, and if we're getting as well known as you say we are, they're probably going to target us again.
Very likely. And we have no way to really stop them from targeting you. Like I said, you've been on people's radar, and I tried to get everything cooled down after the Bend incident by having you hide out at Twice Sold Tales, but clearly that didn't die anything down. As far as information goes, I will tell you what I can when I can. We just don't have a whole lot of info beyond what you know. We know that this particular segment of the cult does mostly employ Kenku. We know that much. We know the names of some of its members. We don't know who their leader is. But they're very well coordinated. And it's hard trying to keep a step ahead of them. Thus far... Oh, go ahead.
I just keep wondering to myself, because there is a lot of security in this city. Like, maybe not the best. It seems some of the guards need what's the word?
Maintenance.
Update.
Tuning?
That. Yeah, those are good words.
I mean, they're thousands of years old from an era of lost technology. There's only so much that the city can do for them.
But even then, they respond very well to danger and suspicious activity. So I just wondered, how would they be able to pull this off without anybody noticing?
That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked it. There may be a mole in security. Because not all of the city guards are children of Azcel. They're not all automatons. Some are humans, some are gnomes, some are dwarves, some are Kenku. Some are even lizard folk. I think the only race that isn't covered is yours.
But from what I understand, there aren't many of me. I don't think I've never met one of me, but I guess maybe that's a good thing, because I mean I wouldn't be in the situation I am if it were, easy to find one like me.
Well, I think now that you're all celebrities. I think you can go around without hiding as much yourself anyway, unless you really want to be incognito. But everybody has to be incognito to really make it work. Does that make sense?
I
Yeah.
understand. There is one thing though.
Hmm.
If it happens that we cannot, let's say, keep things contained, that the cultists make themselves known and attack the public, I have thought of a plan to, at the very least, draw their attention to me, away from the people and perhaps the others. And he looks at Fringle and Nova to focus on saving either the people or to go after someone else, whoever the Castigan or whatever the ones are doing. In that instance, I will, if need to be, draw attention to myself in a way that I don't even think they could ignore. I can handle myself. I can make it difficult for them to even get close to me, but I would rather not tell the world who I am.
Hmm.
In that instance, I will have to do it,
Hmm.
if only to be bait.
Well, I can tell you that nobody's actively looking for you for who you are, or at least who I know you to be, but they are for all of you, so I'm not certain how going off on your own to be bait really will work, how well it will work.
Actually, I remember in Castigon saying that I asked him about if he knew who I was, and he did mention about remembering something about a clan from Green Ember who had been wiped out. I think
Hmm.
he knows who I am.
Maybe
At the
he
very
does.
least, I'll get his attention.
Maybe he does. Then I would say that it's a strong likelihood he does. So, here's some information I'm going to share with you. So, the main targets that we're able to tell of is well, you met Burke, right?
Well, I haven't met him, but I've heard about it from Avne.
You he's the Crow Kenku who threatened to
Oh, that
kill
one,
you.
yeah. No, that was player, not remembering correctly.
Ah, okay. His full name is Sergio Burke. He's about 28 years old, and all that we know is he comes from Green Ember, even though his accent is more something out of well, somewhere else. And Tavarian Saviero, that's the rather large Kenku that had very nearly killed Avne in the jousting ring. He's been a mercenary for hire for the last 40 years. And before that, uh, we show records that he was at least a paladin of Ontari for a short time. So that's what we know. Anything else is just incidental details. We don't know who they hang out with, except for each other. We don't know who leads them. We don't know what their involvement with the cult is beyond seemingly being an enforcer of some sort.
Well, I still owe Blueford a drink. So while I try to go find him, I could try to, in a way, not seeming to be weird, since I did compete with Burke. Try to see if I could find out more about him, and a sort of, hey, this bird beat me, and the thing I'm good at, I want to try to be better than him. What could I possibly know of him? That sort of competitiveness thing.
Hmm. I would say that Blueford knows quite a bit, but on a specific person, who knows? But you're certainly welcome to ask. Not that I'm in charge of you or anything.
I think I did kind of join the Redeemers, so I think technically you are.
Oh, above game. Did I say that?
No, there was at some point when it was either Blount or someone else came to the room, and Jack had done the quote, and he was informed, no, that was the quote of the Redeemers. And Jack had
Oh.
asked, "Does that mean I'm part of the group? If you want to, okay, sure, why not?" And then I guess he's part of it now.
So Bluford's part of it? Did I say that?
No, no, me.
Oh,
Jack.
okay. That's what I was confused about, because...
It's all right.
Okay. Anyway, back in game. Anything more from either of you two? He motions at Fringle and Nova.
Well, it's hmm, even if we need to lay low, is there any way that we can help in a different way? I I really don't want another Hill's Foot, and I really don't want another band either.
They definitely showed some weak spots when they pulled those attacks off. We've been doing our best to keep a closer eye on such things on even smaller villages, just to avoid it again in the future.
Uh, that is good. I I don't want more broken families.
He nods. Then he looks to Fringle.
What about after this?
After what?
The only reason I'm here is because of the games. That's why I came here in the first place. I have to go back home because as far as the world is concerned, none of this is a thing. Even without notoriety.
Were you not given a vial of that godly essence?
I was, but do you honestly think the clergy knows nothing about what's going on here, nor does my family, nor does anyone else back home where I was sent to. I don't know about the others, but I can't just disappear. Even if I'm in the public, it looked like I'm running away or blowing things off, and I can't do that.
I can't tell you how to do this, but you've been selected by two gods to do two separate things. And they have a plan for you.
I don't think Antare wanted me personally to do anything.
Oh, he wanted all six of you to do things.
Not the way he acted.
Gods are mysterious and cryptic. I would say that, coming from somebody who does their best to be mysterious and cryptic, I would say that giving you anything of such value from his realm, from his own power source, that says a lot. If you want to go back home and be an accountant, you can certainly try that, but I'm sure that the string of fate has already been cut for you.
My point being was even if I do go along with all this, the cult isn't the only one that's going to be looking for us. Family, the clergy. I don't know about the others, but
I have contacts in the clergy. I can let them know that you're going off radar for a while. And I have contacts with your family back in above game. Was it Black Copper? Is that what I called it? Or Copper Hill?
Copper Hill.
Back in Copper Hill.
Honestly, I wouldn't say bother, considering a lot of my family doesn't really care, but I suppose I'll deal with it as it comes.
Very well. Well, unless there's anything else, it's time for me to get back to what I was working on.
Right.
So he begins to leave, and Islington kind of like bends in for a whisper as they're leaving the doorway, and Islington runs back up to Nova. All right, so I don't know if you got any plans tonight or anything, but like it's the finals of the games, of the under games, and I'm in the final round. I get to be fight for the championship. Would you be
Well, they
interested?
mentioned that was tonight.
Yeah. Do you want to come be in my corner again?
Oh, certainly. And I'm really sorry about the Kenku thing. I didn't mean it, I swear.
No, it's fine. I mean, if you've clearly met more unsavory types, and it's weird that I consider myself a savory type. uh, he chuckles nervously. I'll pick you up at the inn later tonight.
Mm-hmm. I'll be there.
All right. And he just kind of delicately holds your hand for a moment before leaving.
I'm looking forward to boning again.
He immediately puffs up and cringes. He's like, we didn't bone though.
Oh, sorry. I thought boning meant something else. But
I'll tell you what it means later. After the games, after the fight. Yeah.
oh, okay.
He combs his feathers back down.
I have to ask, Nova, what did you think it meant?
Oh, I just thought that boning meant you slept together.
You have a lot to learn about how the world works, Nova.
I mean, I only came out into the world like a month ago.
I know. Let's go back to the hotel.
So y'all go back to the hotel, and let's easy now.
Oh, incidentally, what time is it at the that we would arrive at the hotel? Incidentally.
It's about 1 p.m.
Okay. Could I say in the meantime that Nova is going to study one of his scrolls?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so he's going to be studying that haste scroll. So at the end of 6 hours, he'll be working on that.
Okay. Anybody else want to do some incidentals?
Jack is just gonna hotel first before anything else.
Okay. I actually have a thing that I forgot until just now to upload. That you find, but other than that, excuse me, Salix, is there anything that Fringle does?
Not really.
Still going to stay and dress as he's been?
As long as Pringle doesn't have anywhere else to go, yes.
Okay. All right, wonderful.
Oh, above game that because suddenly I'm forgetting. It was 60 platinum total, correct?
Yeah, 60
10 for
total,
each
10
person.
for each. Yep.
Yeah, just wanted to double check that because I had a brain fart.
And it's all because Jacques had to put his hand out and beg.
It's like, hey, I'm broke. I need better shit to fight. Give me money.
I don't know what this money is, but I found out that I need it.
Pretty much.
Okay, so I have now, Dan. You've already seen this,
Yeah.
seen the letter, but I'm gonna. So you find a letter, Jacques, It's addressed to you. It's apparently from Forrest, and it's sitting on the foot of your bed.
Right. Jack is gonna look at the letter and read it.
Okay. So this is what. Come on. Let me add it to the game. There we go. This is what you read.
Hello, my friends. When we entered into this city, I knew immediately that it was going to be targeted. All of the people, all of the activity. How could it not be? Especially with the cult being so brazen as to attack multiple villages earlier. I said this multiple times, yet I did not heed my own warnings. Instead of investigating through the city, instead of going on my own patrols, instead of even studying my own captured material, I wasted time. I shopped, had a meeting with Blunt, and slept. Then we hear the explosion. Whether or not it was an illusion is irrelevant. If I, or any one of us, had been investigating, we might have been able to find Castigon. We could have been investigating any one of the Kinkos that we thought might have been cultists. I could have literally done anything other than sitting around waiting for people to die. As fond as I am of all of you, I realize that I must go away for a while. I found this pass by hunting, and I stopped hunting and let myself be led along the moment a seemingly more experienced person came along. I have things I must do, of which I will not tell you, for your protection and mine. I wish you all the best, and a good hunt. Stay safe, my friends. Eye of the Forest.
Yeah. So that's Forrest's letter. You can certainly share its contents with whoever you wish.
All right. Who is currently at the hotel? I know Nova is in Fringle.
At the moment, it's Nova and Fringle.
Okay. I will share it with them.
Okay. So, Nova and Fringle, you now know the contents of Forrest's letter. And, yeah, I hope you were listening. Anywho,
Do you hear what I hear?
stop it. Stop it. No holiday singing here. Anyway,
Nova is sad.
I'm very much a Scrooge. I'm very bah humbug about everything. Anyway, so let's pick things up with Weira. Weira, where did you go after you stormed out? You might not be on right now.
Sorry. Wayward went to the nearest bar, and she's probably attempting to card sharp people
Okay.
because she needed a distraction from wanting to punch Blunt. And cheating people at cards was, a good distraction.
Okay. Roll me 1d100.
Okay.
You attempt to be a card shark and try to get people to basically part with their funds. However, you kind of accidentally face somebody who's better at it than you, and you lose 10 gold.
That's fine. Again, distraction.
Okay, so you're just drinking and playing games, right?
Pretty much.
Okie dokie. All right, with that, we're gonna move on to Avne.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm nervous.
Why are you
Actually,
nervous?
no. She can't have lost a gold
Why? Because you don't have it.
because she's got 6 silver to her name.
Okay, then you lost 6 silver then.
Oof.
Or at one point you gained 10 and then you lost it. However you want to play it.
Yeah, she gained 4 silver and then lost all 10 silver, which is a gold.
There you go. All right. So, Avne, what are we doing? Where are we going?
Temple time.
Temple time. Okay, so I presume the Morelli Temple?
As always.
All right. So let me describe the Morelli Temple that you go to. The Morelli Temple sits upon a tall platform of marble with wide stairs leading up to its front. Reliefs of various heroes of Morelli are carved into the sides of this platform. Roll me a perception, please. Cheryl, could you please mute yourself?
Oops. Yep.
And Zul, perception check. Very nice. So, hey, one of these reliefs is of Arkston Corveret. Go figure. He's a big deal after all.
He is. And they will salute to everyone in Arkston.
Yay. So the temple is built with a broad pitched roof and a colonnaded exterior. Colonnaded, or whatever. There's lots of columns. There we go. This is common for Morelli temples as it allows for air to move freely while remaining secure at its innermost chapel.
Yes.
And are you going into the chapel?
Indeed.
So inside the chapel, there's a series of pews arranged in a semicircle around an altar. There are no services going on right now, but there is a friar sweeping the aisles.
And they will take their helmet off and put it to the side and just stand proper and excuse me.
Huh?
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Hello. Yes, are you free to is the father here?
Oh no, he's out watching the games right now. That's why I'm the only one here sweeping up.
Ah, I see.
All the initiates in his care are out there too.
I see. Well, do you mind if I just stand here for a little bit?
Well, you're gonna be right in the way of my sweeping. Can you have a seat in one of the pews instead?
Of course, of course.
Ah, thanks.
I'll just smile and nod and go to one of the pews.
The as you sit in contemplation, I presume, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, and praying and venting and all that.
The friar is now sweeping towards the back of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear a hushed conversation, and the friar abruptly leaves, and the doors close behind you, or the doors close behind him.
Immediately shoot up.
And coming out from the shadows is Burke. Howdy.
Hello. I presume you're Burke.
You presume correctly?
May I help you?
I just have a few questions to ask you, and I expect you to answer them, or else the back of your head's gonna get full of lead.
Is that so?
Hmm.
Hand at the hilt, sword hilt.
Now, you wouldn't
Better-
dare desecrate the temple with my blood, now would you?
Of course not. It's merely a precaution.
And I won't desecrate it with your blood either. Not because I'm concerned about it, but because I don't want you dead yet.
Yet. Proceed then.
Well then, since we're getting right to it, and he puts his revolver back in his belt. Sorry, I got distracted by the raid. Thanks for the raid, Trash Gremlins, Crisis, yay.
Woohoo!
Anyway, back into it. So the first question I got for you is, where's your little cat friend at?
I do not know. We all had a disclosed meeting, and she stormed off.
Well, after she stormed off, she decided she'd try to see something that wasn't hers to see. So now, me and Castigon are out and about looking for her. And she better hope that I find her before Castigon does. You understand, right?
I suppose.
Another question. What's the connection between you and Blount?
Insight?
Go ahead, roll it. Oh, since also I should put some music on for this.
They said 22.
So he genuinely does not know what your connection is with Blount, from what you're able to tell.
Why do you need to know?
Call it a little bit of curiosity.
Well, you know what they say about curiosity.
You're right, but I don't see any cats standing here amongst us.
That is fair. It's merely a metaphor after all. We... just to be honest, we were once employed by him.
Once employed. That's interesting.
Yes.
Did you know that Blount was a member of the cult himself?
Would I know that? I think I would, but I'm not sure.
To your knowledge, he didn't make any mention of it.
But he did, like, show off, like, a symbol or something.
He did show that symbol. That means that he was just marked by the cult, not necessarily a part of it. Or at least that's what you thought until now.
Gotcha.
Kind of like Forrest has that same mark.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was a paladin for Umtari back in the day, and this was before he got all gimpy and limpy. You're savvy? This was before he got all gimpy and limpy, you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, before all that happened, he was a cold-blooded killer like the rest of us. And it was him who took that boy that he named the organization after. It was him who took that boy, sacrificed him on an altar. And yet you followed him. Didn't even ask why. Didn't even look into him. You followed him.
Because I was summoned by Morelli herself.
Yeah, I get that summoning by the gods bullshit.
Excuse you.
Sorry. I'm not usually part of this temple.
Then
No.
would you please respect it?
Alright. For now. And hold on a second. So your friend, the lizard folk that was in that archery competition with me.
Jacques, yes.
I was there when his village got slaughtered and sacrificed to the champion of Absazel. I was the one who led them there. Because you see, every now and then there's a reckoning. And the Red Claw clan, which is his clan, by the way, if you didn't know, they were due for theirs. When I was young, they captured my father, and they executed him. Without trial, without any sort of due process or anything. They executed him for allegedly poaching in their lands. Now, how's a man supposed to know whose clan is upon the land when they don't do signage? They just wander around in these roving bands. How are we supposed to know that? And the lawmen of my village could not intervene, couldn't impose their law upon the clan due to all those dumb little treaties that were signed at the end of all those big long wars, you know? So I took matters into my own hands when I was grown, and I rid the world of all members of the Red Claw clan. All but one. I told the cult to leave that one be, because I want him to see it. I want him to see what it's like to have your family taken away from you. You understand?
I do.
Feel free to tell your friend that information. Call it in exchange for the information I got from you.
Very well.
He chuckles with a bit of a sinister grin, and he dips his hat to the statue of Merrilee. Happy trails. And then he leaves.
Just mumble under their breath. Change this sacred place.
So that's that little scene. Now what's Avne up to?
They're just gonna be there for a while.
Okay.
They need to vent badly.
All right. So, it's later on in the evening, and we're actually going to take a little break here. So, give us about 10 minutes, and we'll be back.
Yee.
We'll be right back.
That's a good point. I should run some ads while we're out.
Yeah. I was shaking through that. Why?
Yep. You might even say they'll shake their tail feather.
Ha.
I
Here
want
we
to
go,
see
look
Avne
and look.
dance.
When the opportunity comes.
Shake thine money maker, young knight.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I just realized that Nova probably has not had any sort of party dancing experience.
No.
Been right back.
Yep.
Jack has both dancing experience and boning experience, which is why he didn't say anything to Nova. I was like, no, can't tell him, can't tell him that I know exactly what it is. Nope.
Honestly, it seems like a Jack move that he would specifically not tell him just to have those same exact outbursts.
Yeah.
No, please don't tell him. I need this. Jack says.
I have the thought of when Nova finds out what it means that he's Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Bone. Or see if we can find it.
How dare you?
Motherfucker, how dare you?
Oh,
I am your superior officer.
Oops. I forgot that is Blood Claw, not Red Claw. Sorry about that.
Oh.
So,
the
like,
Red Claws are the basketball team done in Portland.
I know, and like also a Batman the Animated Series villain.
yeah.
I mean, at least you didn't call them the bear claws, because they sound
Bear
delicious.
Claws.
All right, yes. So small
So, like-
addendum. It's Blood Claws,
Claw.
not Red Claws. Oopsie.
Noted. It's all good.
Yeah, because I can tell you if Avna had said, I know about the Red Claws, and Jack would just be like, I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them before, and I am telling the truth. Who are the Red Claws? Your clan? Nah, that's not my clan. That's not what they're called.
It sounds eerily similar.
It's kind of the same, but it's different.
Technically, everything is the same but different.
Wasn't talking about your clan, talking about the mark on your chest.
Yeah.
God, I have. Oh, I really don't want to say it, but I do have the the reason why that mark is the way it is. Oh, and it's so great, and I'm trying so hard not to spoil it.
Don't spoil nothing.
No
Just-
You see,
spoilers.
every time you want to spoil something, just do what I do, and you find your car battery, and
You lick it.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
sure.
it will train your tongue not to give secrets, as well as the rest of your body.
Forever.
And ever and ever and ever. No. I'm not the one that breaks out of the song. I don't know what I'm doing.
Because I am an addictive force. Once you've had a taste of me, you can't stop. I'm like a disease.
Ew. Don't be a disease. That's grody. We got 5 minutes left in the break. So, yeah.
I mean, why is there this stigma that diseases are all like dirty and gross?
I don't know.
That is a speciesism.
Yeah, how is everybody in chat? I know a number of you came over from Crisis's stream. I don't know if they're still here or not. I noticed the viewer count dropped a bit. Mark was even here briefly, but I don't know if he's still here.
Just know that this is one singular Earth for which there is a crisis. So unfortunately, crisis on one Earth.
Ha. Ha. I got the reference. Doodly doodly doo.
Do 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 do.
Yes, Doug. 3 minutes left in break. Final chance to do what you need to do if you need to do it.
I'm stuck. I have a cat on my lap. I can't do anything.
Yep, them's the rules. You got a cat in your lap, can't do anything.
Yep, universal law. You can't move.
I got a chance to have my cat in my lap when I was at my parents' this weekend.
That's
Yay!
a blessing.
Yes.
Kitty time.
I already miss her.
Imagine if like work followed that kind of law. It's like you wake up, you find that the cat is on you. And it's like, listen, boss, I'm sorry, I can't come into work. Cat's on me. Oh, you know what? I fully understand. Just take the whole day off, and I'm very sorry.
I'm sorry to inconvenience you.
Oh, excuse
But then
me.
you wouldn't work because that'd be every day.
Ah.
Gotta beat the system, man.
You can't trust the system.
Stop all the downloading.
Liquids.
I'm not gonna be part of your system,
Hmm.
man.
I cringed a bit.
My dad's not a phone.
Yeah, do the impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight,
Fight
the
the
power.
power.
Beautiful.
We're too white. We are too white.
By the way, I had a single image in my mind when Burke was talking about, oh hey, I led the cultists to the Blood Claws, and it was Goblin Slayer. Wow, if Jack was there, it would be like, did somebody say goblins?
Did someone
Alright.
say the Goblin Slayer? That's
prefer the
my
Goblin
goblin voice, everybody.
It's a good goblin voice.
Just saying, I would prefer the Goblin King.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
There was a lot of awakenings involved with that.
Yes.
All right, we're just about done with our break. So everybody back, everybody seated, everybody hydrated.
I believe so.
Okay, quick roll call. Dan,
Yeah.
Zool,
Present.
Salix,
Hello.
Mega,
Aki.
and Cheryl.
I'm here.
Yee. All right, well let's do this. Let's get back to the game. So, we now pick up later that evening. There's a knock on the door of the hotel room.
And an alarm rings in Nova's head.
I guess Jack will answer the door.
Oh, hi there.
Jack closes the door.
Hey.
I'm kidding. He opens the door. I'm kidding. Get in.
All right, I'm just here for Nova. You know, we're going out tonight.
Nova, he's thinking he's here to take you to the bone zone.
Shut.
He peeks out. He peeks his head out the door. Wait, that's not what it's called.
Yeah, it's not what it's called, Shaq.
Whatever. He's gonna go inside. Would Wayra and Afne be back yet?
Good question. Are you guys back yet?
They would,
Wayra's back. She's very drunk.
they would be returning back at this point, yes.
All right. Well, Jack will then move from the door and attempt to give drunk Wayra the 10 platinum pieces.
She takes them. She counts them wrong, and then puts them in her pocket. Give me a sec.
Yep.
I'll figure out if I'm gonna take a quick roll, and 3 or less she counts low, 4 or higher she counts high. Oh wait, no, wrong dice. That's the right dice. Okay, she thinks she has more than she does.
Okay, well, it's not Jack's problem at the moment.
No.
Jack is just the embodiment of not my problem.
Nope.
All right. And Avne, do you anything special?
Just knock knock, just saying I'm here. Hello.
Oh.
What have I missed? Oh, hello, Essington.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going pretty alright, I would say.
Hmm.
You're not going to do the flirty thing with me, are you?
No, I'm done with that.
Okay. Okay. Uh, good. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Nova's coming out of his room. So,
Hello,
oh,
Noah.
everyone's back.
Indeed. Where's Forrest?
The sit down.
All right. I will do so.
And he's just gonna go, just kind of stand there. Like, Forrest, in the way she's like a hunter, and and she didn't really want to tag along. She got a bit complacent with what she was doing and dealing with plants. So she's gone off to do her own little thing for a little bit. She'll be back at some point. Um, she needs to continue what she was doing before. Uh, but she's capable. She's smart.
I see.
So she will be gone for a bit. I'm not sure how long. She didn't say, but she'll be back at some point. She'll find her way.
Well, I hope the best for her.
Oh,
And I do have something to tell to you.
and what is that?
Well, I'm sorry if I'm interrupting the pickup, as it were, but I went to the Temple of Morelle to clear my head, and I talked with Burke. He happened to be there.
Okay, strange
And
coincidence.
he said no. He told me a few frightening things. One involving you.
What? That I'm a bad shot?
No, no. It's something much worse.
Oh, what? He's going to hunt me down.
Well, in a sense. He tells me he was the one who left you alive.
Jack freezes and is staring at Avne.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm certain this is not the right time, but I felt you had the right to know.
Jack is gonna step closer to Avne and just keep staring down, like now intently at him. When you said he left me alive, what do you mean?
That he led the cult to your clan's location.
And what did you do after he told you this?
I accepted the information. Jacques, if I were to attack him, he would have shot me dead. I
Jack?
could not have done that.
Yeah, Jack is not looking too happy right now. And, how do you know it was my clan?
He said it by name.
And what name would that be?
I believe it's a blood claw, he said.
Jack. Let's do a wisdom roll on Jack.
Oh
I
no.
think I.
Okay.
Better not deck me in the face.
Oh, normal. Yeah, normal roll. Okay.
That's a very
Jack.
wise roll.
Yeah. Jack is going to grip the front of the I don't know what's called, the not the armor, like the cape.
The surcoat
Mhm.
of Avning.
Yes, that thing. And he's going to kind of pull it up a little while also leaning down to get face to face as close as possible to Avne. If you ever tell anyone that name or that I'm part of it, I'm going to make you regret it. You do not say a fucking word. And you do not tell Burke anything else aside the fact that you possibly said it.
Shall be done.
And the next time you see him, if it's before me, kill him. I don't care if it's in your little temple.
They're just gonna glare daggers at you.
You're scared that he has a gun. Well, you have armor, you have a helmet,
That
you
is
have a
not my
sword.
concern.
Do you know what would happen if he had shot you, even if he didn't kill you or whatever? The guards would
It,
know, wouldn't they? Since they know everything that happens here?
there was no one there. The friar left. It was just me and him.
Did he happen to wander in when you were there?
I would assume so.
Insight check?
Um,
Or
are you
no?
being cagey about this,
Like,
Avne?
No, they legit don't really know.
no.
Then roll not permitted.
Okay, yeah. No, it's just Jack being, like, pissed and wanting to get as much information as possible.
Yeah, they just don't know.
Jack, I'm sure that Abney did the best that he could.
Jack kind of, like, lets go, but in a, like, a shove him back against the couch or chair or wherever he's sitting. And glares at Nova. Nova? You
Yes?
heard you heard what Avne said, and I'm going to repeat the same to you. You do not tell anyone about where I'm from, the name of my clan. You do not say a fucking word.
I mean, who
Islington.
would?
Sorry.
I mean, who would I tell?
I already heard it anyway.
Can Fringle roll some kind of history check to know who, like, any of this clan or location or anything about it?
Yeah, roll history with disadvantage.
Would if Nova made the same roll, would it also be a disadvantage?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do the same one.
Okay.
That's a nat one.
Oh no.
Did he say blood claws or red claws?
Wait, am I on the right page?
Oh, this is a normal 6. Okay.
Yeah, nothing doing for you either. It's kind of foggy that you don't know much about lizard folk. So,
Fair enough.
Well, I gotta get used to the fact that we've changed the settings.
Yeah.
ooh,
Ah,
Nice.
well,
You know, that kind of lines in with the first ever history roll I did make
so you
because I good.
one of the things that you've read about, both in your or both at your mother's personal library and the library at Twice Old Tales, a little bit on lizard folk culture, and while you don't know a whole lot about this clan. It is registered as like a name in like some of the older treaties of that, like followed the Crimson Centuries, all those wars. So the name is vaguely familiar to you.
So, I've only read that name in books, but I don't really know anything about it. But it is not my secret to tell.
Good. Jack is gonna go find a hard drink. If there's any hard liquor.
There is. There's whiskey, there's rum, there's lots of stuff.
He will taste test them all until he finds the strongest.
That would be the absinthe.
Yep, he's going straight for it.
Okay. Well, that was awkward. What say you and me get out of here, Nova?
Um,
My apologies.
No worries, mate.
Yeah. So one thing about Nova as he came out is that he does not have his hood scarf up today. His scarf is hanging around his neck and laying downward, like similar to his picture, actually.
Mm.
So, are you ready to go? Then?
Yeah, I'm ready if you're ready.
No, so I do have one more thing to tell, but I will wait till everyone is here for it.
Okay. Well, everybody have a good night then. If they're still awake, I don't know.
You too. I probably will head to bed soon.
Have a good time, you two. Also, Islington, good luck.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, of course.
All right. So with that, Islington takes Nova to the final bout of the Under Games tournament. He goes to he leads you to the Dockside District. This time you're not going to a bar, but a rather large warehouse, Warehouse F. And as the doors are pulled open, you can see inside it is a packed house, standing room only, almost right up to the ring. You look for the ring announcer that was there at the last fight, Otis. He's there, and his desk is flanked by two crocodile lizard folk bodyguards that are keeping space for him. That's how crowded this warehouse is getting. All right, we're here. Wish me luck. And he takes off his shirt and he hands it to you.
So, there's a lot of people here, he says as he starts taking the thing.
Oh yeah, it's the final fight. It's we get to see who gets crowned champion, and I'm guessing it's gonna be me. And he goes up to the ring announcer's table and speaks with him for a moment. And then he gets into the ring. And that's when his apparent opponent comes into the ring. You see a 6'4" tall, extremely beefy looking tabaxi, all black. He's wearing green trunks, and he has they're green and white. They're green with white stripes, and he has his wrists and ankles taped up. And he enters into the ring. So the kobold ring announcer, Otis, enters the ring with his wand of amplification that he had last time, and he announces the two fighters before returning to his ringside table. In the corner to my right, standing in at 6'4", weighing in at 17 stone, that's 210 pounds, with a record of 17 wins, 0 losses, and 0 draws, hailing from High Warden in Solent, Buttons, the Basher, Green Sage. And in the corner to my left, standing in at an even 6 feet tall, weighing in at 13 stone, that's 182 pounds, with a record of 16 wins, 0 losses, and 0 draws, hailing from Low Ditch, Averhold. The crowd goes wild because that's hometown boy. Blue Lightning, Islington, Rising Star.
Darlington.
So the kobold leaves the ring and goes back to his seat, and he rings the bell, and the fight begins. Islington takes up a boxer stance and approaches the middle of the ring for a fist bump with Button, who reciprocates the fist bump. Yay, sportsmanship. Buttons takes up a stance with his fists out and his left leg held partially raised in front. Real world viewers would know this to be a Muay Thai stance. Kickboxing. The fighters circle each other in the ring, with Islington making the first move in, unleashing a flurry of solid punches to the body of Buttons. Buttons covers up, curls in a bit, and he responds with a couple punches and an attempted kick to the thigh, but Islington is able to dodge that kick. Islington rolls to the side as he avoids the kick and drops a bit before moving in, attempting to seize the leg. But Buttons smashes his forearms down on Islington's back. Islington goes down and shuffles back a little bit, but takes on a grappling pose, and he goes for a collar and elbow tie-up as he moves in. Buttons engages this grapple and attempts to lift his knee into Islington's face. This gives Islington the chance he needed. He makes a grab for one of the knees and lifts Buttons, slamming him to the deck of the ring in a suplex. Dazed, but certainly not out of it, Buttons rolls back as the referee starts the 10 count, and Buttons gets back to his feet before the ref can reach 4. He moves in to go for a couple of strong kicks and catches Islington on the sides. Islington staggers back to his own corner as Buttons continues advancing in a flurry of punches and kicks. Islington is hit with several substantial blows to the sides and ribs as he covers up. Buttons is dominating in the ring. Eventually, Islington buckles to his knees and the ref orders Buttons to back off so he can begin a count. Islington holds his ribs and stands up shakily, assuring the ref that he can continue. The referee is about to call the fight, but Islington manages to get himself to stand fully upright and gets back into a fighting pose to show he's not too injured to continue. The referee instructs the fighters to continue and Buttons comes in with a few more kicks and punches, but Islington successfully blocks each one before wrapping his arm around one leg and sweeping Buttons' other leg, sending him to the ground. Islington then comes down on top of Buttons and goes for a few punches, but Buttons covers himself up. Islington grabs one of the Tabaxi's arms and pulls it sideways as he tries to lock in an armbar, much like he won the previous bout. Buttons tries to roll the armbar and wrench free, but as he stacks himself on top of Islington in the process, the Kenku wraps his legs around Buttons' neck and pulls him into a triangle choke. And after only a couple moments, Buttons taps out before he passes out, and the referee calls for the bell. Otis rings the bell and enters the ring with a championship belt made of leather and gold and presents it to Islington. Your winner and new Undergames Tournament World Champion, Blue Lightning, Islington Rising Star. And applause. The crowd erupts as a battered Islington calls Nova into the ring.
So Nova follows, or follows it, comes in.
He immediately hugs you, and then he goes in. He dips his head in towards yours for a kiss.
He doesn't stop him.
So Islington kisses a bewildered Nova, and the crowd goes dead silent until a random
turns up.
until a random person in the audience shouts, "Yeah!" and the crowd goes wild again. That one was a bit rougher than the last one, eh?
Yeah, but you did it though.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to, impose anything on you, but you mind if I stay the night again?
Sure. Yeah. It's
All right.
sorry, I was just a little surprised.
Oh, surprised? I'm sorry.
No, not bad. Just I've just never done that before.
Oh, well, wait. We can talk about it a bit more. Let's get out of here for these before they get a little too crazy.
Well, yeah, they seem to be acting very wild now.
It's amazing you could hear each other over that.
It's an anime conversation.
Yes.
Like explosions could be happening all around them, but somehow everyone can hear each other.
That works. That works. So you guys go back to the inn and have another soak and retire to your room.
D, I see you. I see you.
What?
The name of the contender, I see you.
Shh. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I assume by this point everybody's asleep.
Yes.
Let me see who's gonna get this. Just a moment. That would be Avne. Speaking of
Oh, good.
Avne, you are awoken by the sound of Castigon speaking in your mind.
Not again.
Come to the salt marshes south of Low Ditch at noon tomorrow. I have your cat friend.
Immediately wake up and look around.
You don't see him. You get the feeling you can respond, though. Above game, this is sending that he used.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something. It's basically just like, fine, but I will not go alone.
All right. So, it's the next day. It's a little bit before noon. And have you told everybody about this?
But yeah, I would have, yes.
All right. Let the conversation begin.
So, any any volunteers?
I mean,
Hmm?
oh no, sorry, I was.
Did he give you any proof he has her? Or just taunting us like he did before?
Most likely. But I am willing to investigate.
I think we should just tell Blount what happens, see what he says.
I could try contacting Forrest.
Ah,
You'll do as you wish.
See if it's really the truth or not.
It is possible that they might be using divination magic, but it never hurts.
It is possible, but I believe it is worth investigating.
I guess Pringle's gonna cast sending to see if he can speak to Forrest.
You get back a bunch of static in your mind.
That can't be good.
Oh, what did she say?
Nothing.
That is not good.
So would I know the nuance between anti divination and just like a non-response?
If you were the one casting it, you would notice.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Would Fringle?
No.
well, I say we just contact Blount, see what he says, and No, because yeah, it could just be a thing where they're just trying to draw us out of the city,
They're
trying to cut.
absolutely trying to draw us out of the city. It just may actually be baited with forest.
And if it's not her, it could be a random person, innocent, if they
Well,
have anyone at all.
I cannot leave that alone in good conscience. I hope you all know this.
look, Blount talked to the few of us that stayed yesterday, and if we go running about and just doing what we want, it's going to cause trouble. And I had to think about it as a hunter, and it makes sense. If you cause too much disturbance in the woods, uh, your prey will start to panic. If you're being hunted, you make too much movement, you're easier to track. If we move out of where it's safe, even for us, nowhere is really safe, per se.
It's
But,
better than drawing him towards the city.
and if we all leave, or if even some of us leaves, and they go into the city, if there's nothing out there, what, in the marsh? It's not exactly going to be easy to move around in. Well, I mean, it'll be easy for me. It doesn't hinder me anything, but I need more arrows, and let's just contact Blount so he can at least. I don't know if he's got people down there. He can at least confirm or not if Forrest is there. If
I,
not, you know,
I can have one of his associates come with me.
Is Liz? Sorry.
Hmm?
Is Islington still here?
Islington is indeed still here.
What
He
do you
stayed for
think?
breakfast as Nova was making it.
So what do you think of all of this, Islington?
It sounds to me like it's a trap trying to get you all out and somewhere in the open, away from the walls, away from the city guard, away from any resources outside yourselves. And when you get too close, he's going to spring the trap. But
That's why we investigate, but keep our distance.
right, I would say if someone like Castigon doesn't make bluffs like that, and I'm sorry, I'm slipping a little in New Zealand a little bit. Sorry, Dragon. Anyway,
Hmm. It we could simply send people that would be able to be able to investigate without being seen, or could at least avoid the trap from a distance just to confirm the details.
hmm.
I if I can get close enough, I can have Omtare. Oh no, not Omtare. Go God. It's like I have the power of a god.
I mean, technically y'all do, but
That's
Ah,
Eddie poofs up Otaro. It's uh, this one can be my eyes and ears if I am close enough.
How close is close enough?
After 100, things are a little fuzzy. 100 feet.
If I can get you in there invisibly. Hold on.
Hmm.
Let me check my invisibility spell. I'm pretty sure I can cast on more than just myself.
Oh yeah, you can cast it on anybody. I can confirm.
Well, I know, but it's concentration, so I probably wouldn't want us both to be. I'm trying to see if I can. Yes. If I cast a third level or higher, one additional creature for each spell slot higher than second. So I can make one additional person. I can make two people invisible.
Hmm.
I don't have
Uh,
anything higher than third level.
But the real question is, would we try to have all of us go, or would we want to keep some people behind in case this is a trap, and that the real plan is in the city?
I would say the latter, yes.
So then, who do we send, and who do we keep here to keep watch?
Well, I'll go. I'm pretty good at hiding and sneaking around, and I definitely don't want anybody to get hurt.
Since he contacted me, I will go.
No, I'll be the one to go for sure. I need to just very quickly need to try to get more arrows and other gear if I can. I'll run through the city if I must.
I did say I was not going alone.
No, you're staying because armor in assault in a marsh, you're gonna get stuck in there. So, by the way, I gave just about everyone 10 platinum. I made Blount give it to us. Afnai, here's your 10 gold, and he just kind of drops it on the floor.
Didn't
'Cause
you
he
already
still
give it
fit.
to him?
Did I give it to Afnai?
Yeah, I think you
Gave it
did.
to-
Okay, well then.
No,
Oh, I
you
didn't.
gave it to Wayra.
Yeah, sorry, I
No,
gave it to
we
him.
we briefly touched upon it. He did, and
Oh, okay.
Abner just took it, and that's it. We just didn't talk about it very much.
Okay, then that doesn't happen. But he does say I give everyone 10 platinum to help. Where you are kinda drunky sleepy, so I give you some.
Okay, she reached into her pocket, pulls it. Oh, it is 10. Oh, I thought it was more than that.
They got the 10 extra because it was supposed to go to forests. But
Hold it for when we find her.
I did tell Blunt I had a plan. A sort of trap for them. Guess the gun can set his trap if it happens, and then I'll set my trap. And guess the gun will not be able to ignore it, nor whatever else he has.
I am currently setting a timer. We have to come to a resolution on this in 2 minutes.
Avney, Shack, and Islington should go. Avney has to. He was the one that was contacted. Shack,
Thank
you
you.
know the location better than probably any of us. And Islington, I don't know your skills very well, but right now I don't think we have a choice.
Something involving kunai.
Oh yeah, I got these, and I sneak around real good.
You can nick feet as well.
Sorry about that, by the way.
It's no trouble.
Okay, so the three of us will go, the other two you stay. And before
We'll
we go,
contact
I'm
Blount.
3?
what? Yeah,
Or
three.
wait, actually there's 4 other people in the room, I think. Or no. Nope.
Right.
There's
There's-
six of us.
Weira, Nova, and Fringle. Okay.
We'll
And
contact Blount
you do that.
and see about anything happening here.
And Avonay instantly, as you start to head toward whatever gate, I will very quickly run through the city to get some supplies. If anyone asks, I'm going hunting. Because I can't sit still.
All right.
And I am low on arrows. So I'm heading straight to the Fletcher and Boyer.
Oh, if you need some arrows, mate, I got a few right here.
What are you doing with arrows?
I mean,
Shoot things.
you should. What they said.
Nova pulls out a kunai. I think these would be easier.
Oh,
I
that's.
saw you use them before.
It's okay. How many arrows do you have? Thing.
I have, and he looks into a pouch that is way too tiny, and pulls out. Let's see, how many does he pull out? He pulls out 14 arrows.
Oh, okay, that helps. Definitely helps.
That
Alright.
pouch is too small for all of those arrows. It's a magic item.
Alright. Alright, I'll still go quickly to see if I can get anything else. Just in case.
Okay. All right. So with that all resolved, I presume everybody who's heading out heads out.
But before Islington goes, it's like, Nova pulls at him real quick, like, please
Yeah.
be careful.
I will. I'll come back to you.
Nova nods and lets him go.
Oh, isn't
Pringle
that
is gonna-
adorable?
He kind
Uh,
of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Fringle's gonna stop Abney for a second.
Hmm?
Do you have any ranged weapons?
Fortunately, I do not.
Take
I
this
just-
then.
And then Fringle is going to hand him his light crossbow and all 12 of his bolts.
Oh. Well, thank you.
You've seen Fringle get smacked in the face by this thing several times.
I'm not very good with weapons. But if I figure you need a ranged option instead of up close,
Understandable. Thank you. I will return these back to you once this soul endeavor is over.
Okay, so.
Right.
So you all depart from. The three of you depart from the rest of the company. And the three people remaining, how do you contact Blount?
Fringle, I guess, burns another sending spell.
Okay.
Uh, um, Sending is 25 words, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Or less.
Okay. Um, I'm not sure how to word this. um, Let me think for a second.
Sure. I'll let you think for a bit, and while you're thinking, so Jacques, you're going to get some arrows and other supplies.
Yeah, I'm heading straight for the Fletcher and Boyer.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, they sell you some arrows. What else do you want?
well, how many arrows do they sell? Because I do have the most an extra empty quiver.
They sell you. Let's see. You got 14 from. If you're filling your other quiver, then I would say around 25, if that's what your goal is, between what you had on you and what you want.
Yeah. Another 25. Okay. That's 34. All right. All right. There's that. And then I'll ask them if they have any like strong bows for like upwards to 10 platinum and like 30 gold.
But, I mean, we don't have one on hand, but wow, we could certainly make something for that price.
I need them kind of right now. I'm going on a big hunt.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get anything that high quality for you. And did we look at your bow like a couple days ago?
You did.
It's a nice bow. I think really, if you want to pack some extra oomph, you're gonna need some special arrows.
What kind of arrows do you have?
Well, right now, I mean, we only got like silver tipped arrows, but that's only useful if you're going against certain creatures. But yeah.
All right. What does these how many silver arrows do you have and what do they cost?
Let's see here. And he goes to look. And so does the dungeon master. Do. So for 10 silvered arrows, it's 100 gold pieces.
Just for 10, that's 100 gold pieces. That's gonna cost all my platinum. Ugh.
You might not need them. I'm just gonna put that out
I
there
know.
for you.
It's also me. Like, just like what else gotta get? Do you want I think I'm good for a silver right now. Do you know anyone that's uh magic shop or whatever that sells potions or whatnot?
Oh yeah, a couple of places down there. I forget the name of the place, and he's our neighbor. Above game, DM forgot the name of the place.
All right. Uh, I guess Jack will just very quickly ask for quick directions, which I'm assuming is given.
Yep.
Yep, and Jack will thank them and then kind of rush straight to that place.
Okay, and what are you looking to buy?
If there's any like, I don't know if they would have it like any like bracers that are stronger, that might be like, might have magic to them, or just straight potions.
Well, this particular this particular person only has like mostly healing potions, which are 50 gold pieces each. It's got several scrolls, but none of them. You would have to tell me like if there's a scroll, and I would be able
Yeah.
to see if you wanted a scroll. But um, that's what he's got.
Okay, and it was for 50 gold pieces. What kind of healing potion?
Just a regular healing, standard healing.
Standard healing. Screw it. I'll buy it.
Okay, how many? Just one?
Just
Okay.
so, let's go down that and none of that. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'll thank him for his time, and then I'll uh start heading towards the others.
Okay. All right. So the three of you, now that I've gone through that bit, Fringle, have you figured out what you're going to say?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Castigon contacted Avne in dream, said had forest hostage in marsh. Avne sat Shack Islington gone to confront is possibly trap. Nova, Weira, me staying here.
It's very likely a trap, but if they go in with the knowledge that it is a trap, I trust Islington. They should be fine.
Sound says they should be fine, but even then,
Well,
Sorry, I yawned.
then what should we do in the meantime?
Any feedback, Weira?
Weaver just kind of looks at the two of them, like where he's like, I don't know that there's anything we can do except, wait. She
Hmm.
looks really frustrated to be left behind. She knew she couldn't, contribute, but she just looks frustrated.
Okay.
So, well, at the very least, Nova is going to call for Otaro again. It's like, oh, hello. It's could you do me a favor and keep an eye around the area? That's like around near the hotel from high up, and tell me if there's anything that happens.
That's an affirmative hoot.
Thank you very much. And I guess, does this hotel have windows?
Oh, yes.
Okay, and then he opens a window and lets Otaro out.
All right, so Otaro goes and just checks the perimeter, keeps a sentry going. He doesn't find anything. So, going back to the group that decided to go. So, Shaq, what are your plans?
My plans. I'm going to try to lead Avne and Islington through the marsh, towards the area. And as we're going there, now, when we get there, I'm gonna need you two to be more than 20 feet away from me. Because if they're going to spring a trap, I'm going to make sure they make it hard as hell to resist me as a target.
All right.
Alright.
If they come rushing towards me, leave them. Go for Forest and Castigon or whatever else. I can promise you, if you want to get in close to me, it's going to hurt like hell.
I'd like everybody to roll a stealth check. Islington's going to roll one.
Where's my stealthy stealth? Oh. 14?
Be normal roll for me
Yeah.
or not? Okay.
By the way, Salix, could you mute your microphone? There's a little bit of feedback coming through.
Actually, is Abne in heavy armor?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, yeah. So I think with heavy armor, should have disadvantage on stealth.
Yep.
Sorry, y'all.
Well, between you and Islington, you guys think you're being stealthy.
And it's fine.
Sneaking through the swamp, trying not to.
Slop, 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 slop.
And eventually, you see through the tall grass in the salt marsh, standing upon a small island in the marsh. You see Castigon with a figure bound up in burlap sacks and ropes, sitting at his feet, and he's got his rapier to the throat of the figure in the sack. And I'm going to put on music for this one. Because this fits. So yeah, you see him there. I gotta turn that down. It's really loud in my ears. Sorry.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Ready.
Let's do this.
Nod and walk forward.
All right, so you're making yourselves known?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, welcome. I'm glad you could join. Thought the rest of you would have came too, though.
Unfortunately not.
Ah, well, you know, it's just me out here anyway.
You know what? Could I try to cast something secretly?
What are you trying to cast?
I would like to cast Zone of Truth.
Okay. What are does it have somatic components?
We'll find out. It does.
Okay, well, you'd be making some awkward movements while you're trying to be subversive about it.
Great. Because they'll be doing this while talking, I guess.
Okay.
So may I ask who you have there?
I said I had your little cat friend, didn't I?
Did. So
That's who I have.
what's stopping you from handing her over?
Honestly, I just kind of wanted to get you all out here in the open. But it's kind of worthless with just the three of you. So,
Doing it.
Doing... What are you doing?
Zone of Truth.
Okay. Pull it up. Let's see here. Create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere until centered on until the spell ends. Creature that enters the spell's area first time on a turn starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions which it would normally respond to with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of truth. Okay, so he's got to roll a charisma save.
Mm-hmm.
What's your DC?
It is... Fortunately, it's not great. It's 13.
Yep, he beats it.
But I know that.
You know that he beats it. Oh, that's cute. You try to get... Oh, sorry. I Islington for a moment.
Islington.
Oh, that's cute. You tried to get me in one of those little truth-telling spells.
Well, it does not hurt. For if you're not alone.
I suppose. Right then, so, shall I kill your friend in front of you?
No.
Oh, come on.
Well, how do we know if it's even our friends? The face is covered. You could at least show.
Alright. I gotta get Islington out of this scene because I'm mixed up. Alright then, well, if you must know. Then he pulls off the sack around the figure's head. It is not forest. In it, you see a black-furred tabaxi that you know, Avne. This is Button's green sage.
They just look shocked.
So yes, I didn't get the cat I wanted, but sometimes you get the cat you need. He was easy to pull down too. He just got his ass kicked in a fight. By that one! He points at Islington. Jeez.
Islington.
Look, it was the Under Games tournament. It was just a sanctioned fight. It was competitors, you know.
Yes, yes.
Well, you know, this whole plan went south anyway, so why don't? And I'm gonna need everybody to pause for a second while I bring in our special guest.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Well, well, well.
Ah, god damn it. Where's my phone? Fucking phone, why is it killing?
Oh Jesus!
Ah! Fucking... Why do everything's going wrong? Anyhow, I'm back.
Okay,
You
so
have returned.
hold. So, with that, you guys hear a weird whistling in the sky. Anybody else hear that, or is that just me going crazy? I gotta turn that down. That's loud.
Figured out the problem with my feedback.
So you look up at the sky, you see this blue streak coming dead towards you. And as the streak gets closer and closer, suddenly Castigon is taken down with a mighty, mighty, mighty blow right to the throat. And you see a very familiar gnoll wearing a blue Hawaiian shirt and an eye patch. Ladies and gentlemen, the triumphant return of Uznar Soulsight.
Woo!
Plus, he's like 50% cooler with the eye patch.
Oh yeah.
It's not.
Sir. Okay, so where's the rest of you?
All right, so so with that mighty clothesline, I'd like you to roll the damage that we just discussed.
So what was it? 20 d6s?
That's it.
What?
Jeepus.
So that's 75 damage.
Holy shit!
Ow!
With that, Castigon is knocked to the ground, seemingly out. His sword and his dagger go flying as he basically forms a crater in this marshy island.
How?
I was certain he'd be dead.
Long story short. Long story. How about we keep it to? I'll keep it to the short version until we get back to town. Let's just say that I had some help. And I believe I owe this Birdbane fuck a rematch.
Let us give him every circle of hell.
So as you're about to start fighting and fully finish off this evil bad Kenku, a strange portal appears beneath him, and a hand comes out of the portal and pulls him back through it.
Or not. Okay.
And
Bad guys in portals.
bad guys in portals. Yeah. So
Motherfuck!
I want the four of you to roll a perception check. Avne with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Nine.
Nat 20.
D, you might want to go. You might want to go to the character sheet.
Yeah,
and
I
actually
don't. I know. I forgot to put you with permissions. If you could roll just a straight d20.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
19.
So off to the horizon, both Uznar and Avne see this. So does Islington. You guys see what looks to be another Kenku holding the limp body of the once defeated Castigon. And it's this big bird in armor that you recognize.
What?
That's fucking Arkston. He smirks at you and disappears through another portal. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
How dare you?
What?
All
How
your heroes are
dare
dead.
you?
Yeah.
All right. So now that my players are well and pissed at me,
Does that make like two good Kenku? It's like we met only two good Kenku thus far.
Islington turns on us.
I mean,
Oh baby, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Nova would be so upset.
It was Arkston. God damn it! In the tombs, it was him. Shit!
Oh, really?
I mean,
have
I know.
words.
I mean, let's see who's on right now. Who can we raid? Gonna send everybody to Lanny Pator here, playing Team Fight Tactics. So y'all have a good one, all right?
Yeah,
Ciao,
have
bye.
a good one. Better than me.
I'm back.
You are.
My study is finished up for the year.